guys, welcome to a new video. And since most of us are probably stuck at home right now, I thought it'd be nice to do another sew with me video. My last one was pretty well received, so I thought I should do another one. And since I do have a few items to alter, now's the perfect time to do that. So I'm actually going to start with this jumpsuit, which featured in my last making the most of your wardrobe video, where I tried to style this item, which I've had for over 10 years now, but I failed because it's just too short for me now and I don't feel comfortable wearing it. Someone in the comments suggested I make it into a peplum top, which is absolutely brilliant. So that's what I'm gonna do today, because I do really love everything about this, besides the fact that it's just really short. First thing I need to determine, I think, is how long I want this top to be. I think I might just make it as long as possible, and then I can always shorten it if it's too long. I'm thinking somewhere along this line for starters. No, it's surprisingly even. Okay, let me put this on and see what we have so far. This is definitely way too long. I'm thinking actually maybe around this length would be alright. Let's just try that. Yeah, that's definitely much better, I think. Yeah, I think this is a nice length. The only problem I have now is that there is a zipper here, which is longer than that length that I just marked. So I'll have to figure out a way to deal with that. Yeah, I might actually just cut it off and sew it. Let me pin this and start sewing. There we go, that is much better. I am so happy I did this. I am sure I will get much more wear out of this way, and oh yes, very happy, very happy. Definitely will continue to use this item now. Let's move on to the next one. The next item that I want to alter is also from that video, and it is this blazer type thingy, which I absolutely love, but it's a few sizes too big for me. So I want to make this smaller. Now this is a project that I'm afraid is going to be a little bit more advanced than what I've done up until now, because I'm pretty sure I will have to detach and reattach the sleeves in order to do that, because my main issue is that this part, like under the armpits, is just too big. So I need to both make this part, the body, a little bit more narrow, and the sleeves need to be a bit thinner as well. I've never done something like this before. I'm not entirely sure how to go about it, so I think this is gonna be a process of trial and error. I think I'm just gonna start by taking the sleeves off, and we'll go from there. I kind of agree with the comments saying that I should probably keep the shoulder pads, so I'm gonna keep those for now, and I'm gonna take most of the bulk off it on the bottom here. So I have just pinned away the fabric that I want to remove on this side, and I'm gonna probably take it off and try and make this symmetrical, then try it on again and see if this is indeed how I want to have it, and if it is, then I will sew this up, and then I'll have to figure out a way to match up the sleeves to that. Since I've moved this seam back a bit, that has also made the armhole a little bit smaller, so I hope if I just follow that same line all the way down the sleeve, it'll automatically become the right size and also still fit onto the jacket. That would be nice if that works. I'm gonna keep the shoulder where it is. That takes me to here. I'm gonna try and direct it so that it comes down like that and I can leave this part as it is. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. If it does, that would save me a lot of trouble, so I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try and pin it to the top here and see how weird that looks, because it's hard to tell this way. Okay, I don't think this is gonna work actually. I'm just gonna have to baste this together and try it on that way, because I don't think there's any way I can try it on safely with this many pins in. So let's just do that instead. It's definitely not perfect. It's not actually attached yet either, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get it much better than this, because sleeves really aren't something I'm very experienced in yet. But I must say this pattern is very forgiving and it's not nearly as bad as I had feared it would be, and I actually really like it. Making everything more narrow has made the shoulder pads more pronounced, but again, I actually don't mind, which is strange because it's one of the elements that I really didn't like about this item. Yeah, I actually quite like how this looks right now. I definitely feel like the widening of the sleeve works well. That's not something that bothers me. I also think that will look different when I actually cut out the extra fabric. Also, I was able to close this nicely for the first time. That did not look good before I started. Very happy with where this is going. Well, this is what I mean. There's a lot of bulk right here, which I'm sure is kind of cueing how this looks on. So I think I'm just gonna attach. No, I'm gonna start by doing the other sleeve first, then attach both the sleeves, and then I can try to cut away this fabric. Here we are, sleeves attached. It's definitely a bit of a sloppy job, but I feel like to the untrained eye and at first glance, you know, unless you're inspecting my armpits very closely, it doesn't look too bad. Again, the pattern is quite forgiving, so I'm happy about that. I think this is very acceptable for my sewing level that I am at the moment, and I would definitely wear it like this. In fact, I would definitely wear it much more than the way it was before. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut away all this extra fabric, iron it and everything. That should bring us very close to the finish line for this one. Last thing I want to do in this video is another attempt at this skirt, which I tried to take in a little bit in my last ultra close with me video, but then I realized that I would have to take off the waistband in order to do that, and that was a little bit of a bigger project than I had time for at the time, but I do now, so that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and again take it in because it's a little bit big for me. So I'm gonna get rid of the waistband, take it in a little bit, reattach the waistband and hope that it looks good. I have measured my waist, so this is how much I will need to take off the skirt. I need to take about 10 centimeters off. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do 5 on both sides and see how that looks. If it's acceptable at all. Size is good around the waist, but I do feel like it comes out sideways a little bit too much now. Like the difference is a bit too dramatic and it looks a little bit funny. So I'm thinking I might divide those 10 centimeters by 3 and do this back seam as well, so that maybe the reduction isn't so dramatic and it just drapes a little bit more nicely. And if that works, then we can sew this up. I do think this is better. Sorry about the noise, by the way, I have a cake in the oven. It has maintained its original shape a lot better this way. I will have to iron it, of course. But I think I'm ready to sew it up and continue with the waistband. Next up is the waistband, and I just discovered that it actually has 2 seams already, like right in the middle. So ideally I'd like to just use those so that I can keep all of this decoration as well as the buttonhole and the button intact, and I won't have to tamper with any of that. So I think that's just what I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna take this apart here and there and take off 5 centimeters on each side. Alright, here it is, the finished skirt. It could use some improvement here and there. I definitely did make some mistakes. First being that I measured my waist when I was working on this bit, which isn't actually the bit that's going on my waist. So the skirt ended up a little bit higher than it initially was intended for, I think. Not that I mind, because I do like that look actually. It's just that the waistband doesn't sit at my waist now, but just above my waist. But again, I do quite like that look, so that doesn't bother me. I like the shape of it, I like the length, which has become a little bit shorter through that. And I am quite happy with the way everything looks. I also had to move the button a little bit, so it's a little bit off center now, just because the waistband was still a little bit too big. Again, it's just a little thing and not something that I mind too much, so all in all I am quite happy with the way it turned out. So that's gonna be all for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed altering clothes with me again. If you do, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle content. If you would like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there'll be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!